What's going on, guys? Fun with Knives back again. Got another knife discussion video for you today. In fact, this was a request from a subscriber by the name of Anton888. He wanted me to describe some good gentleman's carry folders, and I'm going to talk through what I think makes a good gentleman's carry EDC knife and the things I avoid. So as you can see, I've laid out a few options that I have that I would recommend. And so first I want to talk about what is a gentleman's carry knife. What's an office carry knife? To me, those are synonymous terms, and basically they mean something that is usually, not always, usually lightweight, slim, and most of all, unintimidating. That's the key feature here, at least for me, is that gentlemen's carry knives always have to be unintimidating to the masses. I mean, some people are going to be scared of any knife that you pull out of your pocket, but these ones take a little bit away from the risk of that. Another thing that comes to mind with gentlemen's carry folders, they're usually going to be on the smaller side, not always. A lot of them are going to be classy, some of them are going to be made of high-end materials. We're talking carbon fiber and some super steels and stuff like that. And a lot of them are collectible. If you think, case knives or some slip joints or Spyderco sprint runs, that's at least what pops into my head. So I'll go through each of these knives real quick. I'll tell you why I think it's at least a decent gentleman's carry knife. Anton, I don't have a whole lot of this kind of knife because I do work in an office, but I'm in a very laid-back environment where I can pretty much carry or wear what I like to work, so it's really cool that way. But in fact, I'm going to a wedding this weekend, and I promise you I will be carrying one of the knives that you see in front of you. So features that I look for specifically in a gentleman's carry knife are going to be the deep carry clip, and you can see all of these knives have somewhat of a deep carry clip. When I'm dressed up, I'm wearing a shirt and tie or a blazer or slacks or anything, I'd like something to sit lower in my pocket to draw less attention if you're around a whole lot of people, and especially if you're in a business environment. So you can see the Kershaw Leek here, the Viper Odino, the Kershaw Camber, Kershaw Dimension, and then Kershaw Skyline. Do you guys sense a theme? I do love Kershaw. So first, let's look at the Leek. 3-inch blade, very lightweight. I would say an unintimidating blade shape. This Wharncliffe looks more like an elongated box cutter to most people. You have a liner lock here, extremely slim, easy to put in your pocket and forget about. Maybe not the best color combination for a gentleman's carry knife. This Viper Odino, is going to be kind of a weird one in the bunch because this one weighs a lot more than the rest of them. But I think its combination of carbon fiber and satin colored blade, titanium, the whole thing looks very elegant and classy to me. So that's why that one's in the group. One that you guys might not have thought of is the Kershaw Camber. I think it combines a relatively slim handle with a great deep carry clip. Stone washes look often to me very classy and unintimidating, and that's my main thing, guys. I really don't want to scare anybody if I have to whip a gentleman's carry knife out and do some simple tasks with it. The Dimension, I think, is a perfect option, where this one's going to be a little bit thicker, but you have a whole lot of silver coloration here. You got titanium, you got stonewash steel, and nothing about this looks tactical. It doesn't look scary. Like this doesn't look like a self-defense knife or anything. Also featuring your deep carry clip and your Kershaw Skyline, which Anton mentioned. I think this is a great option, especially if you have the deep carry clip on it, because once again, very slim, relatively small blade. This might be the largest of the bunch, but we're only talking 3 1/8 inch, but liner lock. So guys, these knives are not perfect examples of gentleman's carry knives because I often don't have a need for a gentleman's carry knife. But some that I would recommend, other than the ones you see on the table here, Sierra KT has quite a few options. The Arrows, the Swindle, the Ripple come to mind. All slim, actually fairly quick deploying with IKBS. I think most of them have that. But they just look classy, they look cool, and they don't look intimidating. Spyderco kind of runs the game on this section because they have so many very well-built smaller folders. I mean, you have the Techno and the Sage series, and the Positron and the Dragonfly and the Callies, and a lot of those are going to have some really high quality stuff. They're going to be in a more upper tier of the price range. So For gentlemen's carry knives, I always avoid things like all black things. Like this Mannix 2. Black coating, black handle, that scares people. This, in a lot of ways to people, looks like a tactical knife. In some ways it is. You can see that all these black knives look more intimidating. If you were to bring this out to cut open an apple or something, more people are going to be scared of it rather than if you pull out the Skyline. And I mean, I have tons of these all black knives. The shallot. I mean, these just look a little bit more, frightening to your average person that might not carry a knife. This one especially. This one's freaking huge. So that brings me to size. I don't understand the notion that a gentleman's carry knife has to be under a certain blade length, a certain weight, because all of these are going to be around the 3-inch mark. Some of them are a little less, some of them are a tiny bit more, but that's what I like in a gentleman's carry knife. It seems to give me exactly what I need and nothing more. And one other thing I'm going to leave you with, guys, what I would suggest in getting a gentleman's carry knife, depending on what kind of environment you're in, pick what you're comfortable with first. Pick a weight that you're comfortable with carrying. If you don't want your knife to weigh over 4 ounces or even 3 ounces, that's going to really help you in choosing something where I wouldn't necessarily recommend a 6-ounce knife for gentleman's carry, but if you can pull it off, if you're comfortable with it, that's perfect. But the main thing I want to leave here with you guys, gentleman's carry knives to me are supposed to be unintimidating. That's it. So if you think you can carry, a knife like this CRKT Amicus and it won't be intimidating to the people around you, you're comfortable with the weight, you don't really care that this is more of a beater folder rather than the traditional gentleman's carry knife, then go for it. It's all about what you're comfortable with carrying, and obviously follow the laws of where you live. But Anton, I hope that helped out a little bit. I wish I had a little bit more knowledge on the subject, but I tried to bring out some of my favorite ones that I carry when I have to dress up a little bit. So thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to have fun with your knives.